Welcome back, everyone, to Disc Golf Network's coverage of the Open at Belton. We're here for the conclusion of the third round. I'm Nathan Queen, again, joined by Chandler Fry.
Hello, everybody. We saw some missteps from Chris Dickerson in the front nine of this round, but he has the momentum back after a huge putt on hole 9 from about 45 feet. That was just unbelievable. So he's looking to carry that into the back nine and show the other guys on his card why he's in the lead.
Yeah, Ricky and Calvin have been doing their best to give him a push. Calvin's within 4 strokes now. Emerson tailing off just a little bit, but still hanging in there in the top 10.
We have one player from the chase card, Paul Macbeth, who's actually playing pretty hot right now. So he's looking to make some moves, but Chris Dickerson still has the control.
Yeah, brings us to hole 10, 726-foot par 4. OB on the right side, OB on the left side. We've got a strong left to right wind here today. Gonna play into some overstable discs thrown on an anhyzer or flat angle, letting them push out straight and then just slightly finish to the left. Once you get to your landing zone, keep a low fairway disc. Get you a little bit of skip around this tree or just in front of it. Try to have you a birdie look.
The wind makes this hole so difficult. The tee shot, the approach, the putt, every aspect of this hole is made difficult by the wind. So we'll see what these players do to navigate these pretty treacherous conditions right now.
Chris going with the straight hyzer. This is going to push down pretty hard at the end. And he is out in the middle, but didn't get a lot of distance on here. And is going to have a very long approach into the green.
Yeah, he was just trying to stay in bounds and make sure he at worst gets a par. Calvin looking to rip a shot. No fear in this guy. It's a little low, traveling right. It's not going to get the flight that he wants. It does come back on edge, though. It's a very stable disc.
Yeah, pushes out past Chris's disc a good 80 feet, maybe a bit more. So he'll have a good opportunity now. With that left to right wind, it's hard to say whether it's better to go left or right side for that approach shot. If you go left, it can pick it up and carry it away, but right side is going to be hard to get it to move back left.
This is kind of scary.
Yeah, that's a bigger skip than you expect with that left to right wind. You would think it would stop that disc from moving that quickly to the left, but stays in bounds. He's going to be in a similar spot to Calvin.
It's really cool to see the gallery on the right side of the fairway. They came out in full force today to watch some excellent disc golf from these competitors.
The wind has really gotten a hold of this one, but he started it off far enough to the left side that it just carries it some distance down the fairway. He'll be in bounds and have the best angle, in my opinion, to attack the green.
Yeah, approaching this green on the right side, the wind's going to push the disc right and down. So you got to really commit to that hyzer angle to get that skip towards the basket.
Yeah, or commit to something straight and know that it won't move too far left.
Absolutely. And that is what Chris is doing. You can see the wind kind of preventing it from getting too far left, but he gets a good skip, and that is so good.
He got a lot further than I thought he did off of that tee shot, and he's
left with a terrifying putt.
Yeah, that's very scary.
That shot was a lot better than where it ended up, that's for sure. Nice and low from Ricky.
Yeah, using that super overstable disc. And again, the wind trying to push it back the other way. Less scary putt there for birdie.
That was a nice shot. That's exactly what we want to do. And Calvin benefiting from seeing that and seeing the line he has to hit. Nice and low.
Yeah, low, overstable.
A bit more forward skipping of a shot. Fantastic.
Still has that little bit of head. It's a very short putt, but still has that strong headwind. And look at Emerson out here close to the 500-foot sign.
Ooh, and this wind, that's impressive.
And this is going to end up about that same zone as Chris. Very scary headwind putt.
And you can tell Emerson was closer, but he still had a lot more touch on that shot. The other guys kind of put a lot of power into that angle. Emerson used that wind and floated that disc in there. Oof.
Yeah, not what Chris was looking for. Put that nose down to try to make sure his disc didn't rise above the basket. Emerson maybe forming that rocking back and forth putt because of this Texas wind, getting that momentum for his putter, able to connect for his birdie.
Yeah. And Ricky with a bit of a tester, he slams it in there. Nice putt from Rick. Calvin slightly closer. So after getting that momentum on hole 9, Chris giving it right back on hole 10.
Yeah, if Calvin can make this, he'll be back to within 3 strokes with 8 holes left to play. And he does so. So our lead card here with 3 birdies. This hole only playing .13 under par, which makes sense with this crazy amount of wind that we have today. But lead card playing it well with 4 chances for birdie.
Impressive stuff right there. And all of them honestly up there for birdie putts. So Chris definitely had a chance, didn't execute, and he'll walk away with a par. On to the double island, hole 11. And this wind, very scary. You want to put a stable mid-range or approach disc out on the right side, have it swing back. The mistake is to throw it too low and find yourself OB between the islands, or throw a disc that's either too stable or too left and find the OB on the left side. There's also the right side OB, which comes into play quite a bit if you throw it too long or get a rollaway or a skip. So it's not a gimme, but you want to get it.
Yeah, it's a headwind with just a small amount of left to right. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe a player to disc up to a fairway driver, just to be able to control that speed a little better.
Agreed. You can see that wind ripping through Calvin's locks.
Looks like he does have a Firebird in hand.
Yeah, that's the mistake I was talking about.
Something of that sort could be his Draco.
Yeah.
And not really an easily runnable putt from over there.
I think he was expecting that disc to flatten out a little bit in that wind and glide a little bit more towards the basket. Ooh, that is it. He has a lot of trust in that disc.
Oh, and he has thrown it entirely too hard.
Yep.
Never really a chance of that one slowing down. He'll be going to the drop zone about 50 feet or so.
Yep.
For a chance to save his par.
Yeah, scary drop zone position in this wind. It's definitely makeable, though. This is traveling a bit left. It's going to be right by Calvin over there. Hopefully he hasn't found himself in that bush. Looks like he has.
It looked like he ended up underneath it there.
Hopefully he has a little step out.
That might be... Calvin has a chance to run his possibly, and maybe it's better if you just have to lay up.
And Chris seeing these guys give themselves pars at best, really, at this point, and looking to really execute right here to get that birdie, to get that stroke back that he just lost. And he has done it.
Yeah, this looks great. Catches the hill and slows down nicely. He'll be 15 feet or so looking for his birdie. Ricky Wysocki, as we've already seen in some of the rest of the round, does not like bogeys. He is going to make his par putt. It really doesn't matter where it's at.
That windy spin putt he brings out is just unbelievable. Great shot from Ricky. He that keeps him in the game right there. That's beautiful. Beautiful slow-mo as well. Oh man. I love watching Rick play. I love playing with Rick. I like watching him play. He's just an incredible talent.
And Calvin has that scary run right here.
He's got to sit. Gives himself definitely a tester putt coming back, but he has to run that right now if he wants to have a chance at winning this tournament.
It looks like Emerson is going to try to make something happen here, too. He's got these super low branches. Going to have to get nose up.
A little high and a little left on that hyzer angle. Good bid from Emerson, though. Calvin with definitely a more unique putting style. Doesn't use a lot of his lower body. It's mostly in the upper body and his arms. But he is a surgeon when it comes to those circle one putts.
Chris now to take that stroke back, gets back to a 4-stroke lead over Calvin Heimburg.
Yeah, at this point, he's doing what he needs to do. He's taking a few hits, but he's not giving up.
Yeah, and hole 11, under 300 feet, only averaging pretty much par today. That's how much the wind was playing havoc on the players. With just one birdie on our lead card. Brings us into hole 12, 369-foot par 3. Left to right wind that makes it a little more difficult to hit this gap 300 feet away. And then once you hit that gap, good luck.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell what the wind is doing off this tee pad. It's pretty swirly. You step up with the tailwind, and you step up and you start throwing, and you have a headwind. So really, you just gotta throw a disc that you trust, and try to hit that gap, and give yourself hopefully a longer putt. Even if you have a shorter putt, you can be left at the basket. And you can see that tree right there. You might not have a putt. So not many birdies on this hole were made today, but these guys are definitely looking to get one.
Chris going with the roller, which I do believe is the best play to access the basket. Very difficult to get it in the right spot, though. He ends up a little bit left side.
Yeah, they moved this hole up about 45 feet from where it was last year, and they kept it a par 3.
By up, he means up the hill.
Yes, up the hill. It's actually even hard to walk up this hill at times because it's mostly just soft bark that they placed there, and it just makes for a very tough par 3. Fun hole though, but tough.
Yeah, I definitely like the gap concept at the end of it, and Ricky gets through the gap pretty well. I'm not sure if he's going to have a clean putt or not, but he maybe circles edge 40 feet or so.
Yeah, with about 20 trees between him and the basket. And Emerson hanging it out left side a little bit too much, gets through and gives himself a longer chance at a birdie.
What a punch through.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you find yourself in those trees down at the bottom of the hill, oh wow.
In the tree.
In the tree. Dang. That's a tough spot to be. Very unique spot that Chris has landed in. He's looking just to pitch a shot up there. Maybe give it a bit of a run, but not too much.
Oh, that looked
a
like
whole lot.
A lot of a run, actually, which is kind of a safe play here, but still always a chance of a rollaway when you're on this steep of a slope.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, the risk of rollaway on this hole is very real. Any tree, any branch, any root, even if you hit the ground wrong, you could find yourself rolling back down the hill. Okay, we see Calvin's laser focus here as he lines up his putt.
And nice 3 that he'll take there. Looks like Ricky has a bit of a line here, has an opportunity to get his 2.
Good bid from Rick.
Just a bit left side. Only 9% of the field getting a birdie on this hole today.
As I'm looking at the players who did get the birdie, I'm seeing a majority of players who are throwing rollers and flex sidearms. So apparently that was the play today. The backhand was not the way to go.
Yeah, I think a sidearm, if you can get it to skip just before the hill starts, you have the best opportunity to get up there inside the circle. Yeah. If you hit that hill, it's going to counteract and skip off to the left side. No birdies on our card here, but also no bogeys.
Yep.
Not too bad of a way to play the hole.
Yeah, par for the course on that hole. Moves us on to 13. One of the crazier holes on the course, definitely the most technical. As I said, in the second round, we have trees everywhere. Behind you, right, left, straight, under you, on top of you. There's trees going through the fairway. If you hit that little guy in the diagonal branch in the middle of the fairway, you can find yourself in a tough spot. Rollaways are happening out here. Tree hits are happening out here. It's just it's a nightmare.
Yeah, it plays as the hardest hole on the course all 3 days, as you can imagine. You just want to get as far as you can down the fairway. I think most players probably have the mindset of be aggressive so you can get as far as you can down the fairway, even though it just feels strange laying up 170 feet away from you. So it's hard to talk yourself into that.
Yeah,
especially when the layup would be hard as well.
Mm-hmm. Decent looking shot from Chris. Safer play to the left side. Get on that hill. Give yourself a chance for a approach to the basket. But as I was saying, the difficulty of this hole is incredible. We only had 1 birdie the first round and 2 the second round. So, pretty tough. Not many players are getting it, but a year ago, a birdie would have been an albatross. So, impressive too, if you can get it.
You mean was?
Paul
Ulibarri.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Shout out Paul Ulibarri. And Calvin putting that a bit right. I'm not sure what the reaction off the trees where it was. But,
Ricky here, gonna be trying to get underneath this leaning branch to the right, and ends up kicking down to the right side. He did get fairly far down the fairway. He may have an opportunity to get up and down for his par now.
Yeah, and Emerson playing this hole for a 3. I talked to him about it. Just putting that sidearm up there, giving himself a chance to get in the middle of the fairway. He is not messing around. He put a bit of juice on that one, though. Unfortunately, gets a bad tree kick and launches to the right side of the hole. And he is not happy with that one. It's hard to have a shot in this hole that you're happy with, honestly.
Right. And that looked good. It looked like it was going down the line the whole time, but just didn't quite fade fast enough, and he's going to have a very tricky par putt.
But he has a chance. Oh, wow. Putting some juice on that one. That's a good-looking shot from Emerson. About 20 feet, 15 feet, maybe 10. 15. Let's go with 15.
I like 15.
Yeah.
Chris up here on the left side has a pretty clean-looking gap, probably the easiest line so far, and it shows he is now about 4 feet?
I'd say 3.5.
There we go.
Yeah.
And Ricky did get really far down the fairway. He's got what looks to be an open line, but has to get some turnover on it. Yeah. Doesn't turn quite as much as he was looking for. He'll be inside the circle, I believe, or just outside.
Calvin looking down. A pretty tricky par putt. From the knee. Gives it too much height. That's about the most emotion we've seen from Calvin today, giving that tree a little punch. Very stoic player. Yeah. A very stoic player.
A little push. Silly tree.
He and James Conrad are right there together, and the lack of emotion showed after bad shots.
And Ricky able to connect on his par putt there. What you want to feel like a birdie, but knowing it's a par 3, you just got to make sure you get your 3, I guess.
And as tradition, we got to give shout-outs to the people who did birdie this hole. We have Ezra Aderhold, fantastic birdie, and Castoplast specialist Ian Burchett. Good job, guys. Congratulations on being one of only 5 people to get the birdie on hole 13.
Yeah, 5 people for the weekend, not the round.
Yeah.
For the 3 entire rounds of a 120-player field.
And 5 different, unique individuals every time.
The crowd was so spectacular today. Just the energy from you all was just amazing.
We had a pretty strong right to left wind on this hole, pushing shots down. If you're throwing the common play, which is the forehand hyzer, it definitely pushed the discs down and gave yourself a circle 2, edge of circle 1 look. And you got to navigate past that windmill and that tree.
Yeah, very difficult to get your disc to move right here without moving it too far to the right. I think kind of a neutral disc on a hyzer that could stand up and push straight is going to be the best play. If you put it out on a hyzer the entire time, the wind's just going to pack it down to the left.
If you expose that flight plate to the wind, it is just taking it down. This looks, if it gets past that windmill, this is great.
Wow. That was so much power on that shot. It's pretty difficult to get out there past that windmill with the wind like this especially, and it didn't even look like he did much. He's out there past and has a clean birdie look.
Looking at that flag on the basket, when Chris threw, it looks like there wasn't that much wind at that moment. So you might have gotten a little lucky on that one, and the wind didn't affect the disc as much as maybe it did Ricky's right there.
Yeah, well, Ricky, I think you could tell from his reaction off of the tee, he pulled that further left than he meant to on the release.
True.
Emerson also getting it out left, and you see it just pushing straight. That's that wind keeping it straight, not letting it come back. I think the flag on the basket may be protected by that tree line off to the right a little bit, not showing as much wind as is out here in the open.
Unfortunately connects with that windmill. He will have a very difficult birdie putt from behind that windmill. Tough shot, tough hole. Ricky in a really tough spot. He has to choose to either go through that gap, or if you're feeling crazy, you can skip it in from over there.
Hey, I saw somebody do something crazy.
Great bid from Ricky, though. Yeah, that wind was definitely working for that skip shot.
If you haven't seen it, we're referring to my buddy Chandler here. Got a nice zone skip shot in. Go check that out on Disc Golf Network's coverage as well.
Just giving myself a little shout out. I apologize.
Emerson just off to the right side. Nothing to apologize about. People like to see cool things, man.
True.
Tricky putt for Calvin there.
Yeah.
Kind of wanted the wind to lift that up. May have died right before he released, but Chris for the lone birdie now.
There we go.
He said, give me that lead back. Bigger lead back, excuse me.
Yep, he is feeling good. The rest of the holes that they're playing are not too difficult, so he's feeling pretty comfortable right now.
Yeah, kind of in his hands now. All birdieable from here on out. 18, very difficult birdie, but still, we saw him do it yesterday, no problem, and he has a better wind for that shot today.
I'm guessing if he has anything more than a 2-stroke lead on 18, he'll definitely just be playing for par. But, yeah, Chris feeling good. The rest of the guys still have some work to do. Podium finishes are still in grasp.
And so Chris with the lone birdie there on hole 14. Now back up to that original 6-stroke lead over this card. But Nico LaCastro, Paul Macbeth, both having good rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to push for that lead as well. Hole 15, 620-foot par 4. Got a tailwind today, so definitely possible to get some distance. You could get all the way out here to where you see that disc on the ground right now would be ideal. If you're over on this left side, you have that pinched off angle. With tailwind brings that left side into play a bit more today.
It's crazy to see how much the wind affects this course, because yesterday at this point, these guys were 9 down, 8 down, perhaps even maybe 10 down. I'm not entirely sure on that one, but they were nearing double digits, and right now the best score on the card is 3 down. So the wind is just absolutely tearing the best players in the world apart. They're doing the best they can with what they got, though.
Yeah, and Chris keeping this nice and low, but it still gets a lot of left movement at the end. He'll be a little bit pinched off, but got great distance, so should still be able to get onto the green for a birdie look.
And here we can see some Ricky distance. That's got a turn.
And clearly he went with an understable disc there and just over-forced the hyzer on it with how much tailwind that we have. He'll be in that wood line. It's hard to say if he'll have the opportunity to do anything or not.
There's a lot of gaps in there, but they're all incredibly small. So Emerson giving it some height, really going for that tower flex shot.
If this can keep its speed and get past those trees, it'll be okay, but it does end up underneath that second tree, and there's another one past that we couldn't see in the footage that could be in his way as well.
And this is a shot that Calvin does so well. He gets that tail, and I'm surprised with the height, but that's just absolutely smashed.
That is fantastic. He could throw it in from there. He can see the basket. Very difficult spot to get to. Absolute smash.
If you have a jump putt approach on this hole, you are feeling great about yourself. I'm surprised with the forehand play there.
Yeah, once he got that top flight plate exposed to that wind coming from his left side, it just held it on the angle it was at, didn't let it come out like he was wanting it to do.
Good looking shot from Chris there.
Yeah, it's about the spot you have to play to from where he's at. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're not playing for the pin, you're playing close to the pin.
Very true. Looks like Ricky's lining up one of those gaps I was talking about and almost cashes the putt. Wow. As I was saying, like, he can be anywhere, and he has a putt. Dude's a magician.
Calvin going with a little forehand run here, it looks like. Going to try to use that uphill slope to stop his disc and still give it a chance to go in.
Emerson stretched out on a knee.
Could use some of Calvin's legs right now.
Absolutely. Or not.
Or just use Emerson's legs and throw in the forehand birdie.
Emerson's got all the legs he needs to make that shot.
Oh, what a shot.
All smiles after that beautiful, beautiful shot. Wow. He's kind of struggling this round, but still making some highlights. He's also had quite a few near misses.
Let's go ahead and watch this again.
The Anheuser angle held throughout the entire flight. Beautiful. Wow. Love it.
Yeah, such a cool shot. Nice fist pump to get the birdie.
That's awesome. Put that on the highlight reel.
All right, we've got Chris Dickerson to maintain his 6-stroke lead over the rest of the card.
This hole, not the easiest hole on the course, but right up there, if I believe.
Oh, it is the second easiest hole on the course. It did average at a half-stroke under par. Our lead card showing you why, as they are going to collect the star birdie here.
Doing what they should do on this hole. Not much danger. Emerson kind of showed us the real danger on this hole, but he still cards the birdie, so... 4 down for 4 guys, not too shabby, and they are moving on to hole 16, which is also one of the easier holes on the course.
Yeah, 15-16, kind of the easiest stretch on the course as the second and third easiest holes on the course. 235-foot par 3. Really just a straight shot. Don't kick off to the right side. You're be in a lot more trouble trying to get up and down for your par from over there. If you throw it a little bit too hot, you could have a very scary comeback putt and get a roll away. But overall, just a straight shot in the woods.
Yep, throw it at the hill, have it skip up to the basket, and give yourself a putt.
Not much wind really in here. With how thick the trees are, even though it is a windy day, it gets slowed down quite a bit.
And Chris looking to be throwing a putter, perhaps a Luna or maybe a Challenger OS on a flex line.
Yeah, that was a little bit right side. He could have got a kickoff to the right or be right around circle's edge looking for his birdie. This is looking ideal out of Ricky. He's got about 14 feet left. Gonna be an easy birdie.
That's what you want to do on this hole. I like seeing the concentration on the players' faces.
Yeah, really eyeing down that fairway, picking out the spot he wants to throw it. Looks like he's got it a bit off to the left side. but not too mean of a kick. He'll be in the fairway. Possibly circle 2.
Calvin ripping on an approach disc, perhaps the Toro.
And he'll be right over there with Ricky. That was an ideal shot down the middle of the fairway. Just a little bit of right drift at the end.
Doesn't really need to make it. Still tried.
Yeah, he
Good
probably
effort.
feels like he needs to make it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not sure Chris is one to look at scores very often, so he had a slow start to his round. He's pushing to finish as strong as he can. Emerson.
It's like a bit of a slip maybe on his left foot there.
Yeah, it's a weird putting up that hill. You can see how rocky and soft, loose dirt that it is.
Yeah. It's tough to get a good grip with your feet. Good comebacker from Emerson.
Yeah, very committed. It can be tough to commit to your putts when it drops off directly behind it like that.
Yep.
Calvin connects for the birdie. So just 2 birdies here, which is about right for how the field played it. About a not quite a half stroke under par, but did play that way other days.
Even though it is one of the easier holes on the course, the green is very well guarded. On to hole 17, after getting 2 down on hole 16. 17 was playing pretty difficult with a pretty heavy right to left wind. I was pushing Anheuser's down, making cut rollers. The play is sidearm. That's the play out here. Have it just finish out there in the open and then execute on the second shot. Just focus on getting out that gap. And we're heading out here. We got OB on the right side. And it's a pretty crazy green. It's either your favorite green out here or your least favorite. It's on this little platform guarded by a bunch of trees and a bunch of bushes. And the wind seems to always be ripping.
Yeah, with that right to left wind that we have today, difficult to get a tailwind putt on this hole. So you really want to be up on top. Otherwise, it could be a smart play to lay that putt up.
Yeah, and there is a pocket of OB to the right of the green that if you do find yourself rolling, you might find the OB, unfortunately, and give yourself a pretty long look for a par.
I'm already surprised to see Ricky going with a backhand here.
He gets it nice and flat, good glide. He's going for the eagle. With that play, he was definitely going for the eagle, but did not get the right trajectory that he wanted.
Yeah, great straight shot, though. Very difficult with that right to left wind. Once the disc gets out of the gap, it could, if you don't have it exactly flat like he did, easy to get it to turn over right or pick up and carry OB left. This is the turnover right that we were speaking of.
And there's that roll.
But still in a good spot.
I believe Calvin carded the eagle in round 2 on this hole, so he was looking to do the same, but the wind was not working with him.
Here's more of the safer play with the wind the way that it is today. Chris gets out there nice.
That play makes the most sense to me. No matter what position you're in, just get it out of that gap.
And Emerson gonna do the same thing. Gets a nice stand up on it, carries out a little bit past Chris's disc there. He'll be in the best position of the group.
Yeah, solid distance with that play.
I mean, although Ricky, he's got a wide open look up to that basket, the stairs being the only thing to keep him from getting up.
Calvin looked to skip right before the hill.
And skips right at the hill on it. Gonna bounce him a little bit backwards away. That's that layup / run it. You're questioning yourself zone right there.
Yep, you are not happy at all lining up that putt. You are scared.
Oh, just a little bit high from Chris there. I believe at this point he'll probably lay that one up. I don't think he needs to be too aggressive there.
Yeah, I have to assume he's looking at scores at this point and he knows where he's sitting. Oh, sit. It's hard to stick that hill. There's nothing really for that disc to grab onto.
Yeah, such a steep angle. He does stay inside the circle and has not a lifting wind for his putt, so should be able to run that one without too much trouble, as well as Emerson, who's using the woods out here to his advantage and hitting some gaps.
Got a little sneaky there. Oh, so that's the risk of going for if you don't commit fully or don't hit the right line. You are left with not much of a par putt at all. You got those trees right in your way. Good play from Chris. That's all he needs to do at this point.
Yep, very nice. Just a little touch forehand. Gonna drop in his par. So Calvin now, after running the birdie putt, trying to come back for the par. Very tough look. Hits high left side. And probably moves away a bit more now.
Good committed putt from Ricky there. Nice and high right into the chains. At this point, I'm not surprised, though. The guy knows how to putt. And he's right now just looking to secure a second-place finish.
Tough look for bogey. Again, hitting left side in the wind. Pretty much just blowing that one away. Looking like he stayed up top.
Man.
And now has a double bogey putt after having a birdie look.
Brutal hole for Calvin. Yeah. Very unfortunate. But as you can see, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, and Emerson, not wanting much to do with that, keeps his upshot up on top of the hill. Gonna tap in an easy birdie here.
It's about as easy as they come right there. Well played by Emerson. And Chris doing what he needs to do and getting the par.
That hole averaging right at par today, with the double bogey and 2 birdies. Feature card rounding it out at par.
There we go. Good job, guys.
Brings us into the last hole of the Open here at Belton. 465-foot par 3. You've got that strong left to right wind today, so a smashing forehand or a big right-handed anhyzer with a stable disc that's going to finish out would be the 2 plays to reach this basket. Chris Dickerson probably will be throwing a layup shot here. Just needs to collect the par to get the win. The other players are going to be getting aggressive, trying to move up as many spots as they can.
This win was making this hole fun this round. Just put something out there on the left side on a little hyzer that's going to flatten up and turn right and finish straight. It was a enjoyable time out there on this hole.
Yeah, and Ricky does have that smashing forehand that I mentioned first. He's going to try to get that to carry all the way around the trees.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's huge. That's elite power right there. Not many people can do that. Next level forehand technique by Ricky Wysocki.
So cool to watch. Emerson also has good forehand power. He's going to try to do the same thing.
Oh, that dropped.
It out with a nice stand up. Gonna get some carry at the end, but just catches that upslope.
Yep.
And he'll be in circle 2. It's a runnable putt. He's got a decent wind for it.
A little bit of a different wind play on that shot, and he was right there with Ricky.
Chris just going to be trying to get into the Open here. Not going to be getting too aggressive. Stay in bounds. Try to land in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, he's probably actually aiming to hit those trees just to stay in bounds. Maybe not that early. Gets
and what a
decent
roll.
roll.
He gets a good roll out to the right side. That will leave him a wide open shot up to the green.
Good stuff. Yeah, he's probably happy with that one. Calvin looking to get that birdie to finish out on a high note. Puts it out right, or puts it out left, having it move right.
Oh, and it's
If that gets through, it does not.
So close to being that great turning Anheuser shot. Just catches that last tree, and he'll now be pitching up. Pitching up to get a par.
And there you have it.
Chris played exactly as he needed it to, keeping it down below that wind, but just up above those small rises.
And such a fantastic tournament from Chris. He got the lead after the first round and just maintained it. He never really faltered, had a few mistakes here and there, but he always backed it up with either a big drive or a big putt. Absolutely fantastic play from the Limestone Laser.
And Calvin's disc staying up in the tree. Hopefully somebody's got a quick stick or something for him. Get that disc out of there. But he lays up for his par. Emerson with the long look for birdie to finish his round.
Calvin's like a human quick stick, though, so he should be able to get it by himself. Nice layup from Emerson.
Yeah, soft bit. He kept the nose up there trying to give it a chance.
And Ricky still walking to his... Wow, that's parked.
Yeah, just absolutely parked a forehand on this 465-foot finishing hole.
And that was to tie Paul Macbeth.
That will secure his second place tie with Paul Macbeth.
Great tournament from Ricky and great comeback for Paul Macbeth, honestly, after that first round that he had. But the real story here is Chris Dickerson. The guy shot so well. With a new bag, got his first win of 2022. He's on the board.
9 down in a crazy win the first round. 12 down the second round. Slow start to this third round and some more crazy win, but able to shoot a great back nine and finish 4 under par and collect his 3-stroke victory.
Huge congratulations to Chris Dickerson. Good job, bud.
Belton champion!
There you see him hoisting the trophy.
Yeah, you know that's got to feel good after switching plastic. Just the third event on tour of the year, and he's able to collect a win. And although it's a silver series, the field showed up strong.
Yeah.
Lots of all of the top players, not all of them, but most of the top players out here. Chris Dickerson proving himself the best this weekend for the Open at Belton.
Well-deserved win, great play, and congratulations again. Hopefully he continues this throughout the year. It's super enjoyable to watch him play like this.
Yeah, we got to see lots of cool shots this weekend. Looking forward to moving along on tour to the next Elite Series stop we have out at Texas States in Tyler, Texas.
On the new Thorn course. It's going to be a fun one.
A great smile out of Chris there, hoisting his championship trophy.
And that wraps it up for the Open at Belton. Congratulations to Chris Dickerson. And there we see the top 10.
Yeah, Nico LaCastro making a push as well, getting up there into 4th. Kyle Klein rounding out that top 5. Look at you down there at the bottom. Chandler Fry getting into that top 10.
We see Corey Ellis moving up there from like 16th place, and solid stuff there.
Yeah, Emerson maintaining that spot in the top 10, and I got to shout out Chris Clemens. Go lefties. All right, thank you guys for joining us on the Disc Golf Network. MCO will be the next post-produced coverage, and we look forward to seeing you guys out there.
See you guys later.